after Gigi bet on short-term pain for long-term spiritual gain, he awakens Evil Eye. One of the big picture things we need to be aware of is that there are two entities in this one body. A good, kind-hearted guy and a child that just wanted to have normal friends before being sacrificed by the Quito family. This episode looks to build upon whether this is a grave mistake by Gigi or one where Evil Eye just needs some restraints. While it's a good thing to try to save Evil Eye, right now it's not looking so great. Momo is perplexed at this trouser-wearing purple monster, but Turbo Baba reminds her that this is the prodigy. A prodigy needed to awaken the depths of its spiritual power and has one thing on its mind: its first human victim. For this video, we will be covering Dandadan episode 15. Yurusaneze. And do me a favor guys, check out my previous Dandadan and Furin videos, and check out my second anime channel where we focus our hate on NTR. From being paralyzed to protecting your future girl at all costs, at the most dramatic time, Okarun stops Evil Eye's foot to face with a foot of his own. Seeing the dangers of this close quarters encounter, by being tossed to the side, he picks up Momo and runs far, far away, leaving behind Turbo Baba in worm goo. Evil Eye is absolutely livid at another yokai brethren protecting the people that burned them to a crisp. With some running and parrying of Evil Eye's football kicks, it makes for one of the more exciting getaway chases as he tears up the entire haunted house. After running away from Evil Eye's beatdown, the Mongolian deathworm is looking to sneak attack from underground using its electric shock and poison goo goo. And so, how do they ultimately defeat it? The sun! Momo complains that they won't be able to escape because holy hell, the exit out of purgatory is beyond reach, and she can't leave ex-Koibito behind in that state either. Okarun tells Momo with utmost confidence that her ex-Koibito is his bestie now. It's not ideal, as we are quickly heading for the "my wife's boyfriend" joke. With at least Momo escaping, it gives them a chance that at least one of them has a chance to find a way to get them all out. All the while, Okarun will handle Evil Eye in the meantime. This is a true partnership in the making. Who needs jealousy when you have horny Turbo Baba powers? But on a more serious note, to have a strong woman, you gotta have a strong man that believes in yourself. And it's that confidence that leads to a strong gaze, words of encouragement, and the physical touch of body heat. Oh, I forgot, NTR as well.
Help Gigi.
It makes me feel so much better that you're thinking about another man. However, that other man is Okarun's new bestie. You take what you could get around these parts and he turns into horny Turbo Okarun. Are you ready, Momo? Okarun, fellow viewers. Momo double taps her way to the top. Unseen hands are quite undefeated in this show. As she makes her way out, she tries unsuccessful options to get Okarun and the others out, but decides to fight lightning and poison with fire instead, because of a flashback with the NTR. As Momo becomes an arsonist right before our very eyes, she looks back at the camera to tell us that she will indeed save Dai Okarun. Guys, this is some peak manga adaptation here, especially when it comes to the action. There are moments that you have to deliver, and every arc has these scenes where it delivers a glimmer of growth to Momo and Okarun's relationship. From the acrobatic Silky arc until now, and especially after the Taro and Hana introduction, I think he's fully embraced that shonen trope from meek and weak to being almost fully confident in himself. These moments between Momo and Okarun is that acknowledgement and his reward for the coming of age. As Momo explores another part of the plot, we got our true showdown to pick up where they left off before a random room appeared out of nowhere. If Evil Eye couldn't yeet Momo as the first human victim, looks like these four eyes will do. As Okarun once again turns on the horny Turbo Okarun runs from a heat-seeking spiritual ball of the past sacrifices to the Tsuchinoko. Evil Eye hits him with a super dramatic slow-mo football kick that breezes past him. After some dodging, Evil Eye decides to throw some hands, but Turbo Okarun counters with a Superman double fist. We got a knee, a kick to the back, and a bunch of more running around. Evil Eye keeps trying to maneuver, kicking up balls, just so he can catch Turbo Okarun off guard, which finally works because Evil Eye controls the spiritual ball remotely and smacks the turbo grainy teeth off of Okarun's face. Looks like the Mongolian death worm is undercutting our battle of the bros with its poison, and so Evil Eye makes sure Okarun doesn't go running around and makes it mano a mano, in which we clearly know who has the advantage. Trapped in a confined space, it's time to add some of that terrifying horror flick zest on it before catching these hands. Sorry, knee first and then hands. Okarun gets beaten to a pulp, but when a villain starts monologuing too much, you know it's the hero's time to shut them up. Turbo Okarun goes on a monologue of his own. First of all,
no one hurts my girl.
Second of all,
no one hurts my bestie. Who wouldn't hurt my girl?
And before Okarun says the third, he shows us why he is number one at one-shotting fools. But it's followed by something we have never seen him do before. Count really fast! And the fight ends with 20 times the turbo and double the fist! And so lastly, Evil Eye shouldn't have pissed them off. Our boy really leveled up this arc into a fully blown shonen MC. Just like a shonen would, he has to carry the body of the boy he just beat up to save him. Because we don't leave our friends behind. But after going 20 times to Turbo, there was someone yelling just as many times. Turbo Baba is stuck in goo, and so Okarun tries to save her. And then, now they're both stuck in goo. So while Takakura and Turbo Baba are stuck in goo, now it's Momo's turn to fulfill her end of the bargain to help her future man out. Because a successful relationship is built on trust, like a true partnership should be. The officers used basic logic and was like,
"You're a criminal, young lady."
The ground begins to shake, and that leads to the giant phallic symbol arising out of the ground with this massive erection. Momo has another NTR flashback with the young Gigi talking about worms not liking water, so that's why they rise to the surface. Let me stop you guys right there. You guys might find what I'm about to say kind of ridiculous, as it is insecurity and jealousy related, but the anime actually turned down the Momo glaze over Gigi in the flashback scene. In the manga, she's essentially gushing over Gigi and blushing. In the anime, they kind of leveled off the romantic undertones. Like, you don't actually see her blushing or anything like that. It becomes more of a matter of fact. And this is why I say this is NTR. Because we just saw our deuteragonist beat the ever-living crap out of Evil Eye and scored the most aura that he has ever, shown. Just so the story can undercut that big dub. By Momo having a flashback scene very soon after, gushing over another guy. This is a big trend in Dandadan. It might be what I hate most about Dandadan, but I get the romantic plot that it serves, and how big of a payoff it will be when Momo and Okarun do eventually get together. And if you guys actually watched until the end of the episode of the ending credits, they doubled down on the NTR. Yuki no Wutatsu, man, he keeps doing my boy wrong. The Mongolian death worm is either getting burnt by the sun or drowning from the water, but finds shelter by the haunted house. But Momo ain't having it, and so she throws a fire truck at the house. The worm finally keels over from the sun's rays, and then something worse occurs. You know what they say, after you meet your maker. It's the return of the Kito family. The earth begins to shake once again, and the legend of the Tsuchinoko continues its prophecy as the volcano erupts into the next episode. From the previous episode, where there was a deeper meaning built into Gigi and Evil Eye's character, to this episode where it's more action-packed based. It's a classic shonen episode that really shows how much Okarun has grown as a character, as he needed the most to grow. And this showed the most aura Okarun has ever shown, and it shows much more figuratively that he does have balls. From the manga to the anime experience, I think the artwork in the manga helps kind of balance out how great the anime adaptation is, besides the action scenes, because the action scenes are really good. From a storytelling perspective, I'm just always going to be annoyed by like the GG NTR and maybe other characters later. And I think it's like that undercut feeling to our underdog MC in Okarun. Just let him win one time without mentioning another guy. But I get it. By doing this, it delays the payoff later on. The point of the story from the romance side really is to test the audience's insecurity and jealousy, because we should know that Momo only loves Okarun, but it doesn't mean it stops it from being annoying. And that's just pretty much romance in general. I mean, these things happen. There is also the return of the Kito family, but I'll save those takes for future episodes. So let me know what you guys think. And do me a favor guys, hit the like button if you believe Okarun deserves better. And subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Check out my blog at otakusen.com. Check out my second anime channel where we focus on our hate for NTR. So yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.